Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Psychic Medium and Intuitive Ann Miller French of Angelic Hands, and I am streaming live on both of my Facebook pages as well as on my YouTube channel. So, to those of you that are new to me, hello and welcome, and to those of you that have been following me or have already subscribed to my YouTube channel, hello and welcome back. Welcome to my all new weekly Q&A. I will be, for the most part, I'm gonna um, look at doing this every Wednesday. So it's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So my Wisconsin family and friends, I know it's 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not sure about the other time zones. Haven't looked at the differences or at my my little cheat sheet, if you will. So to figure that out, you can just look at it on your smartphone. There's like a little world clock, and you can compare it to, to Eastern Standard Time as far as when I will be on. So with today's Q&A, you can ask me a question, or if you have a couple of questions, I will tune in, see what's coming up for you energetically, or if you're looking to perhaps get in touch with a loved one. So this is something that came up very strongly for me, and I wanted to do this and connect with more of you, connect with my viewing audience. And I am extremely grateful for the many clients that I've been able to help and be of service to over the years, as well as the community. So at this transition, moving, my home base from Wisconsin to Florida. Hey, Lisa. It's been a journey. It's definitely been, like I said, a transition, and lots of changes. So for those of you that are just hopping on, again, I'm psychic, medium, and intuitive. I'm also a quantum life coach. I'm an energy healer, and I am the creator of the Self-Love Academy. So you probably have been seeing some of my posts coming through in different ways. I like to shake it up a bit using my creativity and working with my inner child, the little girl within, and having some fun with it. And when you're doing what you love for a living, it does not feel like work. It feels more like play. And that's really where it's at. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I have a lot of fun with what I do and with the different people that I've been able to connect with. So if you have a question, something that you would like me to answer for you, send it. I'll be checking the feed in the comments. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. Back at you. Thank you for hopping on. If you have a question, Lisa, if there's something that you'd like to ask me, feel free to, type it in. And for anyone else that may be joining us today, if you have a question, let me know, and I will tune in using all of my different psychic abilities. If you'd like to learn more about me in detail, my journey, I recently updated my About Ann page on my website. My website is angelichahands.com. That's ANGELIKHANDS.com. And talked a bit about my journey back to self-love, and talked a bit about my experiences being a medium and being a psychic, and the unexpected visits that I've had over the years. And I am truly enjoying all of it. And, like anyone else, I have my good days, I have my not so good days. This is all part of, if you want to call it, the awakening, the ascension, just kind of riding the wave and going through the ebbs and the flow of, what's coming up. So I just, have been noticing that there's been some questions coming through during some of my live videos, and wanted to, take an opportunity each Wednesday to go in and to be able to answer these questions so live. And if you can't catch them live, if you see the video after on the replay, feel free to type it in, and then I will catch up with you on the next video. If it's something that I can answer very quickly, I will definitely answer it within as a reply to your question on the same week. If it's something that's going to require more detail, I will go into greater detail the following Wednesday. So I see that something came in from Lisa. Okay, so Lisa's question is, would love a connection with the spirit world, but if not appropriate, an intuitive guided reading on whatever you receive would be truly appreciated. Perfect, Lisa. No, that there's nothing off limits today. It's truly an open platform as far as, whatever questions you have. So what I'm feeling very strongly for you is really trusting your intuition, trusting how your messages, how your information, how your symbols are showing up for you. Like, it's going to be no different than the information is coming up very unique for me. The information's coming up very uniquely for you. We're not here to compare ourselves to others, although, everyone outside of us, if you look at it this way, is a mirror reflecting back. So you may, see someone and say, wow, I'm really inspired by this person. That's a reflection of higher self. On the flip side of that, if you find that you are triggered by someone, or if there's something that disgusts you or upsets you, that is actually a mirror, an opportunity reflecting back of an unhealed version of you that's trying to get your attention. And I just put a post out earlier today regarding, my journey, being very vulnerable, being very transparent about, sitting in my own darkness, sitting in my own mess, sitting in my own rock bottoms, and doing the shadow work. And that was the opportunities to find the light within, and to navigate my way out, and through those experiences, sharing that information with others. So what I'm getting for you, Lisa, is you have a very strong support system. You may question that at times, but the word that I'm seeing for you, and this is coming up in capital letters, trust. Like, trust your abilities, trust where you're being guided at this time, even if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We're in a very powerful time right now, and a lot of things are coming up. Can't remember exactly when we start they know that we're approaching a Mercury retrograde, so that's when we're going to be revisited, if you will, by past versions of ourselves, or things that have yet haven't been acknowledged, things that are coming up again, like a 180, and meeting these parts of self again for acknowledgement and for healing. And there may be some things that come up for you at this time, Lisa, requiring your undivided attention, perhaps some closure, some things like I feel like there's things surrounding matters of the heart. And this has something to do with like mother-daughter connection. So really going into that and what that means to you. I'm just sharing what's coming through right now. Hopefully that resonates with you. Let's see. Ooh, we got some more coming on. Hello, Belinda. Hello, Louise, South Wales. Beautiful. So, Louise, if you have a question, or if you're looking just for some general guidance, South Wales in the UK. Beautiful. Well, hello and welcome. Thank you for being here today. And going back to Lisa, oh, wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that resonates with you. So, one thing that I will share is, before I jump on to the next question for Louise Donovan, with Lisa, one thing that I had learned, and again, take what resonates, discard the rest. But I remember when I was working through a deeper part of myself, like a lot of buried traumas, if you will, and working through PTSD. And, I talk about that journey back to self-love and building a more beautiful connection with my mom and with my dad and with my family. But ultimately had to start from within with myself. So mirroring that back to you, take a look at, if there's anything that is being mirrored to you right now, this is an opportunity to go deeper, look deeper, like what is coming up surrounding. And again, I'm hearing this for you regarding matters of the heart. And a visual technique that I like to use is if, whether your loved one is here or not, it can be a family member, it can be a friend, it can be someone that was in your life, someone that may no longer be with us, but the energy is still around. You can imagine you, and then you can imagine like a bubble or a ball. The color white always comes through for me for some reason. That's just what resonates. And you can imagine like that beautiful bubble, and on the other side of that is your loved one, or the last relationship, or whatever keeps popping up for you, whether it's somebody, like I said, that's still here or that's already passed, and you're still giving yourself that beautiful space, but allowing yourself to send love not only to the other person, but going within and sending love to your inner child. So your little girl within, and for men, for your little boy within, and whatever was troubling for you or whatever is coming up, trying to get your attention. It's almost like, you see this little person reaching up saying, are you listening to me? Do you hear me? Like, just looking for your attention, no different than a child reaching out to a parent or to a guardian asking to be acknowledged. So that's what I have for you today, Lisa. Oh, we have more coming in. Hello, Cheyenne. So for Belinda, we have Belinda. We have Louise. Okay, so I'm going to hop on with Louise. You're asking for some guidance. I was going to tune in. Something surrounding the theme regarding career for you, Louise. You can let me know if this resonates for you or not, or with you or not. Whether you're making changes with an existing career or considering advancement of some sort. like really looking at how there's I feel like it's more of a growth opportunity, potential for you moving forward. Like this is more of you stepping out of your comfort zone and testing the waters, if you will, and taking that leap of faith and saying, like, no different than I had shared with Lisa, acknowledging all parts of you, and even the parts of you that may be worried or afraid or uncertain, and just acknowledging them, and almost like you're saying, I've got you, I'm with you, I see you, I hear you, and remind yourself by saying, I am safe. It's just a beautiful reminder received by your inner child. It's a beautiful reminder received by all the cells of your being, and being able to navigate and move forward with your decision making. So this can be embarking on something new with your career, making changes within your career, or perhaps looking at just switching it up a bit and allowing this highest version of you, which we call the higher self. This is who you truly are, like your I am. And it's like she's here, and just allowing yourself to um, follow that guidance. Sometimes it may feel like it's going to be more of a feeling for you, or sometimes like a almost like a subtle whisper, but really trusting that inner guidance. And again, the word intuition is coming up as far as when to move forward and when to take a step back. So hopefully that resonates with you. I'm just going to take a peek at the comments here. You are very welcome, Louise. Okay, I am going to take a look here. So we had Belinda. So the next question comes in from Cheyenne, and she's asking for reading and if I do fertility. Not sure what you mean by fertility, Cheyenne. If you're looking to, if you're asking about energy healing, or I'm gonna need you to elaborate a little bit more on that. So Cheyenne, what is coming up right now is I feel like there's some kind of internal struggle that you're working with right now. So I don't know if this is something surrounding fertility, or if you're looking to expand your family or create a new family. Really bringing yourself into a space of the word that's coming through is neutrality, and trust where you're being guided at this time, and even taking some deep breaths in followed by a deep breath out, and allowing your higher self to be present in the driver's seat, as I like to call it. So when you're making decisions, or you're calling in help, you're asking for guidance, you're investigating your options, whether that be for fertility or for choices surrounding your body, surrounding your health care, surrounding matters of the heart, surrounding marriage, no matter what it is. When you're asking yourself that question, just knowing when your higher self is in the driver's seat, you're just going to know. It's going to be more of a feeling and moving forward. And you're going to feel like you're in a space of expansion. Now, if you feel like you're in a space of contraction, you're kind of hunched over and things just don't feel right, they don't feel good, that's when you take the opportunity to go within, go deeper, take those breaths, take that time. I like to do is, and I actually share this technique with my clients, take a blue pen, take a sheet of paper, take a breath in, followed by a breath out, another breath in, followed by a breath out, just resetting your nervous system, and even imagining that you're calling your higher self back into your vessel. From that space, you can start having that dialogue, knowing that all of the answers to your questions are within. And asking yourself the question and then trusting the answer, like write it out. And it takes some practice, but really trusting your own abilities to answer your own questions, instead of feeling like you're going in a million different directions trying to get an answer to your question. And I know that, even for me, I tend to be guilty of this at times, where it's like, oh, yep, need to take that breath, and just really being aware of, again, I'm going to use that example of who's in the driver's seat when you're making those decisions, to be more conscious, to practice that mindfulness, being more aware. So hopefully that resonates with you. Oh, and I see to Louise. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So glad that resonated with you. All right, so the next one is from Carolyn Thomas. Oh, welcome, first time here, and like a general message. So Carolyn, what I'm seeing for you is there's something coming up surrounding, I'm seeing a lot of red roses, and I'm seeing you surrounded by a lot of children. So I don't know if you already have grandchildren, or if you love working with children, but the roses, it could mean something to you. Like, I'm just sharing what's coming through as a visual right now. Really thinking about that. I mean, it could possibly be a loved one that's trying to get your attention right now. Or when I think of red roses, again, like I shared before, my symbolism is going to mean one thing to me. It's going to mean something completely different to you. When I see a rose, I think of it as like it's the highest frequency, the scent and the color, and they're just absolutely beautiful, and it's actually my favorite flower. As far as your connection with children, when you're surrounding yourself with children, you're not only helping them, but they are also helping you. So it's that like attracts like. It's the interaction of like a child with your little child within, your little girl within, and just continuing to establish and continue to make those beautiful connections. So hopefully that resonates with you, but that's what I'm seeing right now. It's like you're surrounded by all these little angels, all these little children. It's actually quite beautiful. So there is a message from John Walker, and he says, is hypnotizing people really possible? So, this is my thoughts regarding, hypnosis. And again, take what resonates, discard the rest, because we all have free will. And I can actually share my own experiences with, work. The first time that I experienced going through hypnosis, I was very well aware of what was being said to me, but it's really choosing and discerning what is truth for you. So you can actually be in a state of hypnosis, meditation, when you're when you're daydreaming, when you're listening to playbacks like affirmations, reprogramming the parts of you, like the parts of you that are asleep, and helping to bring them to helping to wake them up and acknowledging them, and really going in and listening to these parts of yourself. So with free will, it is ultimately up to you whether you're going to choose to take that action or not. So that is my viewpoint on it. Again, take what resonates, discard the rest. So hopefully that's a little bit of insight for you, John. That's a really good question. All right, so Kit, how do you connect? Is it words or thoughts? How do you distinguish from your own and others? So with making Kit, let's see, is it words or thoughts? So if you're asking the question like how do you connect, or how do I connect, it's going to be, it is truly different for each person, for each individual. So for me, I use all of my sensory abilities, all of my psychic abilities. I receive, so I'm clairvoyant, so I receive in visions. I'm clairaudient. I hear messages that come through. Clairsentience, I feel things. I also smell things. Sometimes I taste things, and it's like a clear sense, also a clear sense of knowing. So for you, if you're working with your own abilities, it's learning your own symbology and learning how your information is coming through. Excuse me. And it's like work, like with anything, if there is a part of you that's been atrophied for quite some time, or if you're questioning the information or not trusting what's coming through, it's like anything. Like if you haven't been on a bike for a while, getting back on and using like muscle memory, getting back on and working with that. So really taking those, when you're doing this work, even taking those breaths in, followed by the breath out, and really looking at tuning into your higher self, connecting to source, connecting to the universe, connecting to God, whatever your belief is, and just being aware of who's in the driver's seat and how the information is going to come through is going to be different for you. It's going to be different for me. It's going to be different for each and every person that's hopping on today. But each and every one of us is a psychic. Each and every one of us is a medium. It's ultimately up to each individual to say, yes, I want to work with this. Yes, I want to turn this back on. Yes, I want to continue to exercise and work through these different versions of me. And that is literally how it worked out for me. Like I came into this life with these natural gifts and abilities, but through different things and programming and hearing things over and over and over again as a child growing up, there were parts of me that were atrophied. There were parts of me that were shut down. There were parts of me that were still there. But it wasn't until I want to say about in the early 90s, and then fast forward to 2015 timeframe, that things started to open up again. And that comes through in different ways. And again, with these energies that we're all being immersed in, and the downloads and the upgrades and the changes with, Mother Earth, you're going to notice that different sensories for you are going to start coming online again. And it's just being open to it. It's not being afraid of it. And like I said, like muscle memory, just working with that part of you. So hopefully that answers your question. That's really, really good questions. Hi, Jim. So great to see you too. And you are welcome, Cheyenne. I'm so happy that helped you. Hey, Roseanne. Thank you. Send a love back to you. And to Kit. Oh, Carolyn, you were a florist. Okay, that would explain things. That would explain why why I was seeing the roses. So definitely stop and smell the roses. No children in your life. Yeah, Carolyn, I really, even if you don't, with not having your own children in your life, there may be an opportunity that presents itself at some point where um, who knows, you may be asked to participate in a volunteer activity where there's children present, or even going within your and doing your own inner healing work surrounding your own inner child. That could also be the theme to why this is coming up, because again, the visual that I'm seeing, they literally look like little angels, like you are being surrounded. So if there is a recurring pattern or past hurts or traumas that you went through, or something that is yet to be healed, really going within and honoring your little girl, and even having dialogue with her as far as what's coming up for you at this time. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more information. And Louise has come on. Hello, Louise. Okay, so Kit. Yeah, you're not going crazy, Kit. I jokingly, but in all seriousness, I've shared this with my clients, and I share this with my family. If you could hear the dialogue that goes on with me, um, you're 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 not going crazy, and it's just really checking in and seeing what's coming up. We're navigating forward more based on feeling, so it's less chatter, less mind, and really working with our higher heart and really trusting what's coming through, and really honoring you as a person, honoring your abilities, honoring your gifts, and knowing that it's going to be unique to you, no different than my gifts are unique to me. So I hope that that resonates with you. If there is someone in particular that you're looking to connect with, Kit, definitely let me know. I do feel like you have a lot of um, family members. Perfect. I'm glad that resonated with you. I do feel like you have some loved ones, perhaps some family members that have um, passed that are with. Okay, Father. Ooh, okay. I'm seeing the masculine energy. I'm really feeling that, really seeing this. And I'm just going to tune in and share the messages that are coming through for you. Okay, so what your dad is saying is, trust me when I. What he's saying is, trust me when I say this. I have not lost my connection with you. You have not lost your connection with me. My energy is always with you. You can talk to me at any time. When you do talk to me, I do hear you. I try to find different ways to let you know that I'm here. When you see something, hear something, perhaps smell something, trust that it's me coming through. Don't doubt your abilities. Don't doubt your beautiful gifts. Like, he's really encouraging you to continue to move forward. And if there is judgment coming from outside of you, or if you have this fear, I almost feel like this is a past life connection for you. And many of us have had that, myself included, where we're working to clear that, where the fear of speaking your truth for fear of being persecuted for being your true authentic self. Your dad's encouraging you Don't give up. The only opinion that matters is yours. I believe in you. I've never stopped believing in you. You need to believe in you. Continue to move forward. And he's saying to you that he agrees with the message that I shared earlier regarding anything that's been atrophied, anything that you haven't worked with in a while. Continue to work with that, and it will get stronger. You will get stronger. And outside opinions, they don't matter. The only opinion that matters is what you believe about yourself. And as you continue to make those changes within, and you love all aspects of yourself, you're going to see less and less and less of that outside of you, because that's whatever is going on in here is what's being sent out here, like a tuning fork, or like attracts like. We are the director, the creator of our movie script, if you will, what's playing in the different scenes. So if you don't like what's out here, making these changes in here, and having that confidence, having that courage. And I'm going to be completely transparent today and very vulnerable that I have not done these Q&As in a very long time. And this is actually the first time since, the transitioning from Wisconsin to Florida. So completely stepping out of my comfort zone and trusting the guidance, trusting the information that's coming through. Before I hop on any live, before I work with any client, I am well aware of who's in the driver's seat and connecting with my higher self, knowing that that part of me is present. Being in a space of love and compassion for another person. And when I'm delivering messages from that space to the community or to a client. So that is, that's what's really coming up right now for you, Kit. And yes, your dad is okay. Your dad is okay. Yeah, like trust how the information is coming through for you. Yeah. So an exercise that you can do, Kit, and this is really for anyone that's on this platform today, you can get into that space. So drop from your head into your heart, take those deep breaths, call your higher self back in, and then practice. You can even say, okay, higher self, what does a masculine energy feel like when that comes through? What does feminine energy feel like when that comes through? You can reword it, whatever makes sense to you. But when I was working on those parts for me that were atrophied and was building the muscle again in those different areas psychically, then it was the sensing, but then no different than I see the person across from me when a soul visits, or I'm getting messages, getting information. It's how it's going to come through for you. And again, there's no right or wrong way. It's just how the message is being delivered. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, you have going back to Kit, you have a lot of family support, definitely a lot of masculine energies around you. And I'm just looking at the messages here. So I'm being guided to go back to your earlier comment, Kit, regarding shutting it down. But continue to allow yourself to be open, and it's going to be through your experiences that perhaps someday you may be sharing those very experiences with another person, and to light the way for that person or persons. Truth be told, I literally rewrote a good part of, and I mentioned this earlier in the live, the About Me page on my website. And um, the words were just flowing, and just making more of that heart to heart connection with the community, and sharing more about different things that I had experienced, different things that I had worked through. Now, if I were to share everything, it would be volumes of books. So this is more of the condensed format, but just to give you kind of a background as far as, where I came from. And, as I mentioned before, it was through sitting in my own stuff and working through the different things. And even with the transition from moving from Wisconsin to Florida, that really shook things up for me, and I had to work through a lot of different things, and there's still things that come up. It's really trusting that inner navigation system that I was talking about earlier. And even if that means doing one thing every day to step out of your comfort zone, even asking yourself the question, does this action, does this thought, does this thing support the life that I'm trying to create for myself? If the answer is yes, keep going. If not, it's time to kind of look at things, course correct, and not continue to beat yourself up. I mean, we came here for lessons, we came here for experiences, but a big portion of my teachings is to help you to navigate forward and making that journey back to self, piecing yourself back together again, and navigating this, it's all about the self-love. And when you learn to fall in love with all aspects of you, that's when you start to attract in everything you've ever wanted, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your desires, because you are just that powerful, and you are that which you seek. It is you. You are the creator of your life. You are the navigator. It's not external of you. It is you. So making the changes, going within, doing the shadow work, taking the time to work on, the different things that are coming up. And even if that means giving yourself some love, some grace, or perhaps taking some extra time outs for, self-care. I'm just going to check the feed again. Going to be on here for about another 15 minutes. Going to be on here till 2. So if there's anybody else that's still on the feed, if you would like a question answered, feel free. Someone that hasn't asked a question yet, go ahead and type it in the feed, and I will do my best to give you an answer. And I'm just looking at the comment from Kit. Felt bad for them. Can get close to people they love. That's when they did. She cried. It seemed more sad. It's like they connected to me. Yeah, you being here today, Kit. I mean, you followed your inner knowing. Like sometimes it doesn't even make sense, but your higher self guided you, and you're here, and you received messages, you received information. So hopefully everything that I shared with you today resonates. All right, so Louise is asking, she'd like a message from Spirit to guide through current transition, please. Okay, I'm just tuning in for you, Louise. The fears and the challenges that you're currently working through, like there's some things that are like just falling away, or some things that are, what I'm seeing is like, things are, it's almost like things are, what I'm seeing is like things are in a mixing cup right now, like shaking things up. And like right now, things may not make a whole lot of sense to you at this time. What I'm seeing for you, Louise, is to, um, the changes that you're currently going through. I'm going to make this suggestion again, taking that blue pen, sheet of paper, and write down those top 5 things, or whether it's concerns or questions that you have regarding this transition that you're going through, or where you're not certain, or like it's almost like there's these fears or these walls, things that are trying to hold you back. And that's the part of you that was designed that way, to try and help you to play it safe or keep you small. But on the contrary, that is not you at all. You are big, you are expansive, you're ready to move forward. But it's taking those steps. But before taking the leap, taking those breaths, checking in with your higher self, having that dialogue, asking those questions, and then writing down the information. You can even write down the concerns regarding your transition in the form of questions. Leave some space under each one. This is, something fun that I like to do for myself. I don't like the word homework. I actually have given, my clients, whether I'm coaching them or they're going through the Self-Love Academy right now, I call this fun work. So we're going to give you some fun work, Louise. Write it out as a question. Do the breath work, have your pen, have your paper, and then allow ask yourself the question out loud, and then allow the information to come through in the form of an answer. Sometimes it's going to be something that you hear. You might get a vision. It might be a feeling. Write it down anyway. As much as we'd like to, think and believe that I'll remember that later. I know for me, if I don't jot it down, it's just a moment where it's gone, and I'm on to the next subject. So that can be helpful for you to kind of pick and choose where to start, rather than having this feeling like that's where I'm seeing everything in just like this big, almost like a mixing bowl, or like a shaker cup, where everything is there, but things haven't settled yet. So there's a lot of things all over the place, and your mind may feel like it's scattered and all over the place. Breath work is going to be your best friend right now, and it's going to help to reset your nervous system. When we feel anxious, when we're not sure of our next steps, or we feel triggered, it can bring you into a state of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is, it can be reminding you of, or taking you back to a time where, to your body, it still feels like you're still locked in that space, in that timeline. But making yourself aware, rebooting your nervous system through the breath work, and being aware of who's in the driver's seat. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Louise. Okay, I'm looking at Roseanne. Oh, so Roseanne says she was recently in a serious bike accident and anticipate recovering fully. My question is, do you feel like those types of situations are mere accidents, or is there a purpose behind them? This is, oh wow. So My heart goes out to you, Roseanne, and really sorry to hear about your bike accident. And what I'm hearing is you are going to recover from this completely. This was literally a stop you dead in your tracks, where it got your attention. And there's going to be some, the accident is unfortunate, but this is going to be, there's going to be some deeper wisdom that comes from this whole experience. And whew, I'm getting major goosebumps on this. This is going to be a greater opportunity for you to realize, not realize, but recognize just how powerful you are. And you are a naturally gifted healer, and you're going to be pulling out all your tools, all your techniques, different things that you learned with me, different things that you learned from all your different teachers, gurus, mentors, coaches along the way, pulling everything out and working with that. But the message that's coming through is less is more. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to stress your system out. Taking this time as an opportunity to go deeper, go within. I'm going to use the example of back in 2015, when I had manifested an autoimmune disease for myself, which is Lyme disease. And what is an autoimmune disease? It's literally where your body is attacking itself. Having an accident is where you're literally stopped dead in your tracks and going in and asking yourself the question, the questions, why did I manifest this? What is the greater lesson behind this? And what am I meant to learn from this? So again, writing things down, working with the breath work. And I am, to you, Rosanna, to everyone on this feed, whether you're catching this on the live or later on the replay, I'm sending the intention that you receive some energy healing. I am not, to anyone not familiar with energy healing, I am not healing you. I am simply the vessel through which the energy flows. I know you know this, Roseanne, but it's helping to open up the pathways, to open up the blocked, stuck energies, so that way you can work with your own unique abilities to heal from the inside out. So I hope that makes sense for you, Roseanne, but yeah, I'm really, really sorry to hear that this happened. I was not aware of that until today. So Dan, catch the next one from the beginning. But thank you for hopping on, Dan. So Sandy, there's a question. Any question or any messages on your love life? Single for years, I really like a guy from my previous job and hope we cross paths again soon. So for Sandy, what I'm hearing is continue your investment in your own self-love, your own love of self. As you continue to make that investment in you, you're going to attract in that person. Like you already, like this person that you're talking about, you know what you're looking for. You know what is possible. You know what you're worthy of. You know what resonates with you. But as you continue to make these changes and go deeper within, be open. Like what I'm hearing is let go of the attachment to the outcome. Because sometimes, we can have an image in our mind's eye as far as what we want the outcome to look like. It's never what you expect, and it's always going to be, you're going to attract in what is for your best and highest good. And it's different things designed for further development, the further evolution of your soul's journey and what you came here to experience. So continue to go within. You've been doing a lot of work surrounding this already, but what I'm hearing is go deeper and find the missing pieces is what I'm hearing. And then things are going to start to make sense. And then before you know it, that person is going to appear and things are just going to, they're just going to flourish and move forward. Oh, thank you, Louise, and you are welcome. Oh, thank you, Roseanne. So I do have Linda, if you have a question, I've got time for one more question as we are nearing the, going to be 2 o'clock here. I'm going to be on until 2. So Linda, if you want to let me know what your question is. And for Roseanne, there's another thing that is coming through for you, and I'm actually going to share it with you because I found that I started doing this again. You can order this on Amazon if you don't already have one, or if you have these at home. So working with coloring, so this one is mindful meditations and it's coloring mandalas. I really feel like color therapy is going to be very instrumental in your healing right now, Roseanne. And if you haven't had an opportunity to catch the Ancient Healing Codes YouTube video that I shared, take a look at that video. You'll see the YouTube banner. It's the one that has the pyramids on it, Roseanne. And to anyone else that's on here, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would highly encourage you to do so, so you can be notified when I share content. There's a lot of goodies out there already. There's light language, there's guided meditations, there's distant Reiki, a lot of different things, and different topics that I share from week to week. So when you feel like you are ready for this, Roseanne, I would encourage you to listen to the guided meditation for the Ancient Healing Codes meditation that I did. And that is, the focus is on the root chakra, but it's bigger than that. Like, that's where it starts. And the root chakra is all about your safety, security, and then it moves in. I know you already know this, but it's going to move from the tailbone up because you've sustained, significant trauma. Just providing yourself with, these gentle tools and techniques and everything else that you already have in your toolbox, they're going to be your best friends right now. And again, I'm sending you lots of love. So Linda, are you asking if your dad is okay? Has your dad passed, or is I'm not quite sure what you're asking, Linda. Just gonna wait to see if something comes on here. And I do see your comment, Sandy. Yeah, being open, Sandy, to always what's best for you. What I'm hearing is the universe has your back. You just got to believe it and be open to what comes through. Okay, so Linda, yeah, so your dad, with your dad passing. So I'm definitely seeing a masculine energy surrounding you that's coming through right now, and what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, no pain, no illnesses, just happiness, um, lots of happiness, lots of joy. And what I'm hearing is that your dad wants and has always wanted the best for you. So if there are some things, I almost feel like there's some things that he wanted to share with you before his passing. So this is just re like a confirmation for you that the love that you're feeling in your heart, perhaps, working through the grief, continue to work through that cycle. There is no timeline for grief. It's just working through the ebbs and the flows, and things are going to come up in layers. And really focusing on the time that you did have with him and the memories. And that's really what I'm seeing from your dad right now. It's like focus on the memories. If there's photographs or talking about the good old times, and all the love that your family shared. Okay. And so for Terry, I see you hopped on. Thank you for the question. I'm going to have to end it here at the 2 o'clock mark. So I will send the information. I'll answer it. I'll type it up quick, see what I can get to. Anything else that comes through in the feed, I will address that at next Wednesday's live. So thank you for joining me today. Hopefully this information was helpful. If you or a loved one, would benefit from these weekly live Q&As, feel free to like my pages on Facebook, share it with a loved one, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.